And thanks for watching Public Affairs on Peach. I'm Giovanna Derpick. We've been talking to accountant Andrew Polos about some changes coming soon that just might make it easier for you to buy a home. Okay, we were talking about tax liens and how credit reporting agencies are going to be handling those. It deals with whether your report is incomplete or not. Explain that to us.
Well, what they're telling us now is based on new guidelines that first they're looking at changing some of the guidelines effective this month as well, along with student loans and how those are computed, but they're looking at possibly dropping off a lot of the tax liens and civil judgments that are currently on credit reports that may not be complete. Complete information would depend on how the creditor turned that information into the credit bureaus, meaning was there accurate name reporting, social security or date of birth, the amount of liens that were filed. And so the word is some of those, or a good majority of those, may be coming off, but also more important is that they're going to stop reporting on credit reports future tax liens. That's what's, I think, a more interesting scenario than old tax liens that may not have as big of an impact on someone's credit report.
So let's start tax liens. That's in case I haven't paid income taxes, property taxes, taxes.
Correct. Obviously, the majority of your tax liens tend to be federal taxes, Internal Revenue Service. They typically report, but it can consist of property taxes and other sorts of taxes that haven't been paid where liens are filed. But per se, in this scenario, tax liens, I would say probably from the IRS are going to be the ones that are going to affect the majority of folks.
Now, they usually stay on your credit report for how long? And so with this change, how is that going to impact those that are already there?
It depends. Obviously, they stay on credit reports for 10 years. However, how they're going to affect folks will be obviously a case-by-case basis. A lot of with the credit reports, obviously, and the credit bureaus are there to provide some predictive analysis to lenders and those looking at someone's credit report. So what we don't know are those formulas and how they make the models, of course, meaning how many points up or down does your credit go with a tax lien that gets knocked off or with a tax lien that comes on your credit report. Look, it can be obviously the older an account, a tax lien is on your credit report, the less it will affect your credit report, your credit scores. The more recent it is, obviously, then of course you could be looking at potentially a bigger drop on your credit score. But we could say anywhere from what, 10 maybe to 50, 60, 70 points. I mean, that's the unknown.
That's quite a broad range.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
Okay, regarding tax liens, I understand that according to CNBC, 7% of the 220 million people who have credit report profiles, they have tax liens. So we're talking about quite a few people. Let's say I have a tax lien and it's reported as incomplete. How is this going to affect me in terms of when can I realistically see some changes in my credit report and my credit score?
Based on how the credit bureaus work their system, they update the credit reports every 30 days. So if a tax lien is incomplete and it drops off, then usually within a 30-day period, perhaps even a 60-day period in some cases, you should see it drop off, and then you'll see the difference in your credit score and how much it will change, meaning how much does it go up from there. So I would say it's a fairly short time period of 1 to 2 months.
Okay, so we can plan ahead.
Yes.
All right, now I understand that you recently proposed some tax reform changes to Senator Orrin Hatch, who chairs the Senate Finance Committee. Talk to us about what you're recommending there.
Indeed. One of my recommendations to the Senate Finance Committee and Senator Orrin Hatch was that they increase, if they do have hopefully some tax reform that comes up in the near future, that we increase the amount of money that a first-time home buyer can withdraw early from a retirement account to use as a down payment for a home. Currently, the law under the Internal Revenue Code allows for a distribution, an early distribution from a 401k of $10,000 as a down payment if you're a first-time home buyer. Look, in today's market and with home prices increasing, $10,000 in a lot of cases, if not most cases, is not going to get you a whole lot of anything as far as your down payment. I propose that they increase it to a minimum of $20,000. That would be more in line with valuations in today's market across the country and a 5% down payment that Fannie Mae would require.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Americans are woefully unprepared for retirement. If your company doesn't offer a special plan that matches it, or they don't have a forced savings plan, a lot of Americans just are not able to save. Some may say they need to save that money and keep it in retirement. What do you say in terms
Look,
of home buying?
I think some who say that obviously could be right. It depends. I look at everyone's financial situation on a case-by-case basis. But when we purchase a home, we are making probably the single biggest purchase of our lifetime. And if you look at the purchase that you make, and if you make a good purchase, obviously, and you don't overpay for a home, statistically speaking, that over a certain time period, you probably will get more appreciation and get a better bang for your buck by being a homeowner versus having the money in a retirement account. So if you pull out that $10,000 in a retirement account, assuming you have more, obviously, right? Then you put that on a down payment and your home appreciates, say, maybe $100,000 over a 5 or 10 year period, then you're probably coming out ahead, hopefully.
Get some assets on the books.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay, from home loans to student loans, we'll have an interview with a certified financial planner I spoke with earlier this week when Public Affairs on Peach returns.